Kyle Richards and ex, Mauricio attend Alexia's engagement party. Kyle Richards and Mauricio Umansky recently reunited for a very special reason amid their ongoing separation. The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills cast member and her estranged husband came together to celebrate the upcoming wedding of their daughter, Alexia Umansky, at her engagement party. And yes, they appeared to have a lot of fun. The estranged couple came together at Kyle's Encino mansion, which Mauricio moved out of last year, to honor their daughter and her fiancé, Jake Zingerman, at their engagement party. But Kyle revealed in jest she had a slight problem with this aspect of the guest list. Alexia took to TikTok on May 18, where she posted a video of her and Kyle jokingly having a conversation about Mauricio while standing at the bar at the party. Their conversation goes as follows. Kyle, why are you still talking to my ex? Alexia, Mom, he's literally my dad. Kyle responded to this by showing off her sense of humor, proceeding to roll her eyes and stick her middle finger out at Alexia, before looking the other way. See Kyle Richards and Mauricio Umansky's reunion at Alexia and Jake's engagement party. All jokes aside, Kyle and Mauricio appeared to be all smiles around one another at the party. In a photo taken at the event, Mauricio and Kyle can be seen standing between Alexia and Jake, wearing a matching shade of rich burgundy red. Alexia also honored her parents in so many different ways at the event. A framed photo of Mauricio and Kyle, taken at their 1996 wedding, was placed on a table at the party. Alexia also revealed in a TikTok video filmed at the party that both of her parents placed a huge role in setting her and Jake up. The butterfly effect is crazy, because what do you mean my mom took me out of my elementary school in 2nd grade because my teachers put it on the chalkboard that I got 0 votes when I ran for class president? So then she put me in the same elementary school my dad went to, where in 3rd grade I met my best friends, including my now fiancé, and now, 20 years later, we all danced together at our engagement party, she wrote. See Alexia Umansky's sweet words to Mom, Kyle Richards, and Dad, Mauricio Umansky. Alexia made sure to thank both Kyle and Mauricio in her speech, given at the engagement party. I do want to start by thanking, first and foremost, my mom and dad, she said in a speech captured on camera and posted to her Instagram story. I love you guys so much. We wouldn't be here without you guys today, she added. This home is what it is because of you. I wanted to celebrate so badly here because of the home you made for us. Burgundy Hearts, a reunion in Encino. The early evening light filtered through the palm fronds of Encino, dappling golden streaks across the lawn and bouncing off the carefully placed string lights that crisscrossed over the backyard. Kyle Richards stood on the steps of her home, their home, or at least it used to be. A soft breeze rustled her hair as she watched the florist place the final peony in the centerpiece. I swear, Kyle muttered under her breath, if one more person asks if we're back together, I might throw myself into the koi pond. From behind, a familiar chuckle answered. Then I hope you remembered to clean it this week. Kyle turned. Mauricio. He looked unfairly good in burgundy. The same deep, wine-toned button-down that matched hers, albeit unintentionally. Or perhaps not. Alexia was a schemer, after all. You're early, she said, forcing a small smile. The warmth in her eyes gave away more than she meant to. So are you, he replied. They stood in silence for a beat. It was the kind of silence that lived between people who had said everything and yet had more to say. The sun dipped lower, the first guests would arrive soon, and already Kyle felt the thrum of emotion beneath her ribcage. Hours earlier, Kyle had woken early, before the rest of the house stirred. She padded barefoot through the quiet mansion, trailing her fingers along the banister, as if the wood might remember the years of birthdays, tantrums, and long nights of pacing. Today wasn't just Alexia's engagement party. It was a reflection of every year that had led them here. The planner had begged her to host the event at a hotel in Beverly Hills, but Kyle had been adamant. It has to be here. It has to be home. She paused at the photo wall in the hallway. Dozens of snapshots, some framed, some pinned, told the story of a life built and reshaped year after year. Her favorite was the one of her and Mauricio at their 1996 wedding. She'd been so sure, so in love. And even now, she couldn't say she wasn't still those things in some small, aching way. By mid-afternoon, the house buzzed with caterers and decorators. Alexia arrived early, glowing, wearing a soft ivory dress and hugging everyone in sight. Jake, her fiancé, followed close behind, carrying a box of framed memories. Kyle helped him unload them and paused when she saw the old wedding photo of her and Mauricio. "You sure about putting this one out?" she asked gently. Alexia looked up, smiling mischievously. "I'm not romanticizing your divorce, Mom. I'm honoring how I got here. You two made this life for me. Separately or not, that matters." Kyle swallowed a lump in her throat. "You've always been smarter than me." Alexia winked. "I get it from Dad." As the party began, guests flooded the backyard, friends, family, some Real Housewives regulars, and more than a few who had RSVP'd just to sneak a peek at Kyle and Mauricio's reunion. At the bar, Kyle found herself alone until Alexia joined her, eyes twinkling. "Why are you still talking to my ex?" Kyle said with mock disdain. Alexia didn't miss a beat. "Mom, he's literally my dad." Kyle rolled her eyes and stuck out her middle finger. The moment was caught on someone's phone, of course, and would surely be online before midnight. But beneath the humor, there was something raw and real. They'd found a rhythm, somehow, even in this new version of family. Not quite whole, not quite broken. Later that evening, speeches began under the glow of string lights. Alexia took the microphone, holding Jake's hand tightly. "I want to thank, first and foremost, my mom and dad," she began, voice trembling just slightly. "Not just for today, but for every day that got me here." Kyle and Mauricio stood side by side near the makeshift stage, hearts full and aching. "This home," Alexia said, gesturing around, "is what it is because of you two. I begged to have the party here because, even with everything changing, this place still feels like love. You made that for me. You made him for me," she added, squeezing Jake's arm. The crowd laughed softly. A few teared up. "Thank you for giving me a life where I got to meet my best friend in 3rd grade, and 20 years later, dance with him right here." Applause thundered. Mauricio clapped with both hands, then rested one gently on Kyle's back. "You did good," he whispered. Kyle nodded, eyes damp. "So did you." Later still, the party stretched into the night. Music played, guests mingled, a small group danced under the stars. Kyle slipped away for a moment, needing a breath. She found herself standing beside the koi pond, the same one she once threatened to throw herself into. "I know that look," Mauricio said, joining her. She glanced over. "You mean the one that says I'm reevaluating all my life choices?" He chuckled. "No. The one that says you're overwhelmed by how much you love your kids and trying not to cry in front of the wedding planner." Kyle smirked. "I'm allowed to be a little dramatic. I'm a housewife." Mauricio stepped closer. "You've always been more than that." They stood in silence again, the same kind as before, thick with memory, but softer now, less urgent. "Do you regret it?" she asked quietly. "Us?" Mauricio took a breath. "Never. Not for 1 second. Even now, I'd do it all again." Kyle looked up at him, years of shared life in her gaze. "Even the fighting? Especially the fighting. It means we cared. Still do in some ways." She nodded, then surprised them both by leaning her head gently on his shoulder. "I don't know what we are right now," she said. "Maybe we don't need to label it. Tonight, we're parents, and we did a damn good job." By midnight, the crowd thinned. Jake and Alexia left for their hotel. Kyle walked Mauricio to his car, heels in hand. This place still smells like your cologne, she teased. Mauricio smirked. Might be my cologne. I helped Alexia set up this morning. Oh, so now you're that dad. The wedding planner dad. I'm whatever she needs me to be, he said simply. Kyle nodded. Me too. Before he opened the car door, Mauricio paused. I'm proud of you, Kyle. She blinked. Why? For keeping it together. For making this home feel like home, even with all the cracks. Kyle stepped forward, arms folding across her chest to hold in the emotion. Good night, Mo. Good night, Kai. He got in the car and drove off into the darkened street, taillights disappearing behind the hedges. Inside, alone, Kyle stood in the kitchen, now quiet and dim. She poured herself a final glass of champagne and wandered through the house. The photo from 1996 still sat on the table. She picked it up, tracing the frame. 29 years, 2 daughters, countless memories, and still, somehow, something like love. She set it down gently and turned out the lights. In the darkness, the house didn't feel empty. It felt full. Full of laughter, of transitions, of family that adapts. Maybe the love story had changed shape, but it was still there,